Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jag, and in today's class with popular demand, we are going to continue with our grade 10 math content. Today's class is going to cover how to find the point of intersection graphically. Alright, so with that, let's get started. I have an example written down on the board here. And this is going to be my system of equations. So the first equation is y equals 2x plus 3, okay? And the second equation is y equals 4x minus 1. So the first thing I do before I even start is to make sure both of my equations are in the slope-intercept form, which they are here. This is the y equals mx plus b form. Okay, and the reason we're making sure that it is in this form is so I can easily graph both of the lines. Okay, so let's try it for this one. Okay, so what we're going to do is just make a sketch and draw our Cartesian plane here. When you are doing these questions, make sure you are using graph paper. Okay, we're looking for the point of intersection. It has to be exact and very accurate. Okay, so let's start with the first equation here. Alright, so we're going to put some points, okay, on the top and then going across. I'm going to start off with the positive 3 here, okay? So I'm going to put a dot there, okay? And make sure you're taking the sign in front of the number. If I look at the slope here, the slope is equal to 2 over 1 because it's a whole number. Alright, the rise is 2 and the run is 1, okay? I'm going to start with my x-intercept. The rise is 2, so you're going to go up 2. So 1, 2. And the run is 1, so go to the side 1, okay? And I'm going to do this one more time, the same pattern, okay? 2 points is enough, okay, for you to actually graph the line. But because I'm looking for the point of intersection, I want to make sure I have at least 3 points, okay, on my line. So we'll go up 2, so 1, 2, and the run is 1. Okay, make sure when you are joining all the dots together here, you're using a ruler. All the lines are linear, okay? So I'm going to join these lines together here, okay? And this is what the first equation or the line looks like, okay, graphically. Then you're going to go to the second line here. So I'll put some negative values. I can see that basically the y-intercept here is negative 1. So you're going to start off at negative 1. Okay, and this is basically the slope. It's 4 over 1. The rise is 4 and the run is 1. Okay, so I'm going to start from, again, my y-intercept. Go up 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And the run is 1, so I'm going to make a dot there. Okay, so every time you're going, when the rise is positive, you're going up. When the run is positive, you're going to the right, okay? And if it were negative, if the rise was negative, you would be going down, okay, from your y-intercept. And if the run was negative, I'd be moving to the left side, okay? Alright, so we're going to do that actually one more time because I can't really see what the point of intersection is here. So I'm going to start off with this point one more time. The rise is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the run is 1. I'm going to join all these dots together. Okay. And it looks like this. Alright. And I can see that the two lines are intersecting here. Okay. So look very closely. Make sure you are writing down the point of intersection on your graph. Okay. And it looks like it's 2 and 7. Okay. Alright, it looks like 7 here also. Maybe you should put the numbers. Okay, you should actually put all the numbers, okay, on your Cartesian plane as you graph it out. Alright, so I have my point of intersection, which is 2 and 7. Again, make sure you don't stop there, okay, because when you're doing solving graphically, okay, again, it might be kind of inaccurate. I want to take my point of intersection and sub it into my equations. Okay, so let's try it on the side here. I'm going to put sub into, okay, equation 1. And again, make sure you're just rewriting the equation here, okay? So this is 2x plus 3. My y value is 7. So I'm going to put 7 equals 2 times 2 plus 3, okay? So if you look on the right side of the equation, you could do a little bit of mental math here. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3, which is 7. Okay, so I'm going to put 7 equals 7. I'm putting a check mark here. Okay, we satisfied the first equation. Some students, again, will just stop there and they're like, all right, my answer is correct. No, okay, I have to take my point of intersection and plug it into the second equation as well. So let's write sub into, okay, equation 2 here. All right, And I'm going to write the equation out one more time. So y equals 4x minus 1. The y is 7, okay? And the x value here is 2. So I'm going to do 4 times 2, which is 8, and 8 minus 1, which is 7, okay? So it's 7 equals 7. And there I can see that both equations have been satisfied here. And now I can say, and I'm 100% sure that the point of intersection for these two lines is 2 and 7, okay? Are there any questions on how to do that? Okay, so you can see it is pretty straightforward, okay? I want to make sure both of my lines are in the y-intercept form, okay? With that, let's try one more example here from the textbook. So I'm going to take this off, okay? And again, we're still going to try doing this graphically. Okay, so my two equations are, I'm going to write it here, so x minus y, and it's equal to negative 1, okay? And then we're looking at the second equation is 2x minus y, and it's equal to 2, okay? So these are my two equations now, and what you should notice right away, okay, is both of these equations are not in the slope-intercept form, okay? So what I want to do first is basically change them into the slope-intercept form. So let's do the first equation right here. So I'm doing x minus y equals negative 1, okay? Again, this is just an equation, so I'm going to take the x to the other side. So I'm left with negative y equals negative x minus 1. Always write the x value first, okay? Even if I'm taking it to the other side, make sure you are changing the sign, all right? Now, y cannot be negative here. I'm going to divide everything, okay, by negative 1, all right? And this is going to be the value for y. So y equals x plus 1. Now I'm just going to box my answer here like that, okay? Does everyone see how to do that? Again, it's a simple equation. I don't need to actually show all of my steps here, okay? So if you're really good with the equations, I can just move the variables around. Just make sure you're changing the sign, and you end up with y equals x plus 1, all right? We're going to do the same thing for the second equation here. And this is just to show your work. Again, some teachers are a little picky. We don't want marks taken off for something small like this, okay? I'm going to take the 2x to the other side. So negative y equals negative 2x plus 2. All right. Again, the value for y cannot be negative here. So I'm going to divide it by negative 1. Okay, and I have to divide everything in the equation by negative 1. And this is to ensure that I'm not changing the equation at all. Okay, so it's basically the same equation here. So I am left with y equals, okay, 2x minus 2. Okay, so it is really important, okay, as you're solving these equations and changing it into the slope-intercept form, make sure you are watching the signs, okay? Even a small change in the sign and you didn't change it, your answer is going to be wrong, okay? All right, so now I have both of my equations in the slope-intercept form. We are going to try and graph this out, okay? And we're going to look for the point of intersection graphically. So let's draw out our Cartesian plane. Okay, and one more time, make sure you are using graph paper at home, okay, when you're doing these questions. All right, so let's start off with the first equation here. So I'm going to put some points. All right, so if you look over here, I'm going to start off with my y-intercept, and the y-intercept is positive 1 because I'm taking the sign in front. So I'll put 1 here. Because there's nothing in front of the x, okay, what I put here is 1 over 1, okay? And 1 over 1 means that the rise is 1 and the run is 1, okay? So I'm going to go up 1, I'm going to the side 1. I'm going up 1 to the side 1. Okay, let's do it just one more time here. And I can see that it's basically forming a straight line, okay, on my graph. So I'm going to join all these points together. Okay, again, make sure you are using a ruler here. Okay, and that's my line for the first one. If I look at the second line now, I'm going to start off with negative 2 here. Okay, and the slope here in front of the x is 2, so it's actually 2 over 1. Okay, so the rise is 2 and the run is 1. Again, note that they both are positive here. So I'm going to go up 2 and to the side 1. Again, I notice I'm not sure where the point of intersection is here. I'm going to keep repeating the pattern until the line actually crosses the other one. Okay, so the rise is 2 and the run is 1. Okay, I can see it's still not crossing the first line that we drew out. Let's do it one more time. So the rise is 2 and the run is 1. Okay, so I'm going to actually draw my line. Okay, so it looks something like this. Okay, all your lines should be straight, okay, because they are linear. Okay, that's why I'm using a ruler to make sure I'm getting the right answer. Okay, so this point here looks like it's at 3 and 4. Okay, so I'm going to put POI, 3 and 4. Okay, so again, I could see that the teacher won't give me numbers that are really big, especially when you're solving graphically for the point of intersection. And the reason for that is if I have to take a scale for my y-axis, okay, my point of intersection will not be very accurate. Okay, so I have my point of intersection here, okay, which is 3 and 4. Okay, so I'm going to just take this off right here. And what we're going to do is I don't need to even plug in my values when I'm checking. So I'm going to check my answer here. I don't need to plug it into the original equations, okay, if I don't want to. And again, the reason for that is I already have the slope-intercept form on the left side of the board. And I'm just going to plug in my values there, okay? So again, the x value here is going to be 3. Okay, and the y value is 4. So I can see on the right side of the equation, it's 3 plus 1. Okay, so 4 equals to 4. I'm going to put a check mark here, okay? Again, it has to satisfy the second equation as well. Let's plug that in. So the y is 4. And this is 2 times 3 minus 2. So you can see I can even just do a little bit of mental math here. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. Okay, so 4 equals 4. And I'm putting a check mark there. Alright, so both of these equations have been satisfied. So I can see that my point of intersection, in fact, is 3 and 4. And I am 100% sure that that is the right answer because I checked my answer and I know it's correct. So you can see that the teacher cannot try and trick you in any sort of way within this unit, especially because we're just using these equations, okay? And both sides of the equation always has to be equal, okay? So again, I'm just kind of cheating. I'm checking all of my answers and I know that they are 100% correct, all right? So that brings this video to an end. I hope everyone did enjoy the content. And again, if you did, please make sure you're clicking on the like button below and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching and I'll see everyone next time. Bye!